7:44 this morning, and we break in with breaking news. A lot of activity outside of the ICE processing center in Broadview.
Yeah, we're going back to Joni, who is live there on the ground. We have seen this situation peaceful at times. We've seen it very tense at times. There's the Lieutenant Governor, Juliana Stratton, speaking now.
For the federal government asking for these people to disperse, do you think that they need to disperse, or do you want them to stand their ground out here this morning?
For what? What would we disperse for? This is what the First Amendment allows. This is the Constitution. And we have a right to protest peacefully. We have a right to speak out. And yet all this week we're seeing from Jimmy Kimmel and whatever else these efforts to silence us. So they want us to be afraid. They want us to step back, and they want us to kind of just go into our little corners and not do anything so that this president can make a military presence on American soil normalized. We're not going to let that happen. I'm out here speaking out. So many others are speaking out, and they've been coming week after week. And I just wanted them to know that I'm their ally and I join them in this fight.
Lieutenant Governor, what do you make of what's happened out here? So we were, seeing in the past that there obviously were some unmarked agents without any insignia on, but now recently they have been wearing their vests. Have there been incidents where they don't have any markings at all? I know unmarked vehicles are still being used, but from the videos I'm seeing, they clearly are marked police. They have Border Patrol. They have ICE insignia on. Have you seen instances where they are in just plain clothes, no markings, no badges, no anything? And when did that happen?
Well, let me just also add, what we've also seen this week is United States citizens being taken and arrested. So what I'm saying is none of this is normal. Donald Trump says he wants to go after the worst of the worst, so to speak. How does that play out when you're going into houses of worship? What does that mean when you're going into places of business? What does it mean when I'm going into some of our Latino communities here in this city who say that they have to let go of their employees or close their business down for a month because people aren't coming into their businesses anymore because they are afraid? This is not just what we are seeing. We are seeing a president and an administration that is stomping on the Constitution, stomping on due process, and it is wrong. And we must speak out against this, and that's why I'm here.
So what do you want to see happen? What can you do here today? What do you want to see change?
Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton said she came out here to let protesters know that she stands with them. She is shocked at what is happening out here. Illinois and Chicago have a long history of peaceful protest. Many of the protesters out here thought it was going to be a peaceful protest, but there has been violence, mild violence already, where the uniformed officers who work here in this Homeland Security building have come out and made contact with people, removing them, throwing them down on the sidewalk. The one woman we have video of being thrown to the sidewalk, this is the third time this has happened to her. And I don't know whether she engaged them, but she is one of the people who sits at the driveway of where the transport vehicles would roll out to take undocumented immigrants to other facilities. All of this happening usually very early in the morning, where ICE agents may be out and bringing people here for processing. Then at some point they take the people who are here and take them out to other facilities for holding. Right now, what we hear back there is the group that leads the prayer service. They're addressing the protesters right now, encouraging them to continue in peaceful protest. But as they've already seen, there has been engagement between the Homeland Security employees, military officials, and the protesters who are out here on the street. I'm Joni Lemon, Broadview. Back to you.
And Joni, I think it's worth revisiting the comments from the lawyer that you spoke to last week, who talked about our rights or our laws here in the state of Illinois and how this processing center has to be used. There's this issue between it being a processing center used as detention, but actually they can't hold people there that long.
They're not supposed to. That's correct. That attorney is an immigration attorney. So he has talked to some of his clients who've been inside. He represented one of the people who was held at that facility. Remember, in the South Loop, a couple of months ago, people were supposed to report there for legal system, and then they were scooped up and taken here. his client said that she was here for several days. It's not meant for that. There's no sleeping facilities, no shower facilities, no hygiene products available to anyone. So apparently they were held here for 2-3 days and had to sleep on the floor or on a table, no blanket, no pillow, no nothing, because Illinois, by law, Illinois is not allowed to house the people who are being processed by this. They're supposed to be taken somewhere else. Sometimes they go to Gary and they're flown to other Midwest cities. The attorney told me that sometimes they're held in Kansas or Indiana, but they're not supposed to be held here, and they continue to say that the conditions here are not good for that.
All right, Joni Lum, live for us this morning. We just saw another vehicle look like departing the facility, was able to get through clearly, although earlier, not too long ago, we saw at least one demonstrator jump on the hood of a vehicle that was trying to enter that facility. We'll continue to monitor this protest. Thank you so much, Joni. We'll be right back.